this pump, guys, is I strip A10VO pump, but it's a series 32. So this one is the speed rating is a bit higher than the series 31, and I will show you the difference between what's the difference from series 31. Okay, so as you can see, the barrel is different profile. It's more bigger because of the speed relation. And what else? I think the lens is, maybe there's an extra dumping holes. These holes here. I could be wrong. But remember this hole here on the suction side. So this first hole is the decompression. So that will decompress whatever left from the pressure side. It will decompress. And then this one here is the transition, which is as the pistons go sucking oil, which go down. Okay, going down. This is suction. So instead of late, it advance. So instead of drawing air, it drawing oil already, because that is open to case. This one, the decompression as well is open to case. See these marks here. That one line up to your here. Okay, so which is open to case. Open to case. This one here, so remember this, I teach you on the pressure side. So this is for anti-cavitation, and this one is to prevent reduction of flow. Okay, because it's pressurized. So the chamber of the piston, it's pressurized before it goes to the max discharge. All right. Now also, one thing, guys, see this swash plate or cradle or cam you call. The longer slot is pressure side, and the smaller slot is suction. Okay, so the reason is because suction is this one will lift. So I should go, by the way, this is the retainer, because this groove here is open. See that holes? That hole is common to the hole on that side, on this cradle. See that? Okay, so that's why those hole, when you install this link here, this small piston link, this one here, these two holes here, 1 and 2, should be aligned when you install here. Okay, when you install, this hole here should be aligned. Okay, this is for the hydrodynamic lift. Dynamic lift for here. So what happened is this one will lift. See, will lift through the hydrodynamic pressure. Okay. If this hole, very important, guys, because many fitter don't know about this. When they install this one, they block that hole. Okay. So this two piston has two holes. The other side, which is in the neutral side of the piston, I'm talking about this, the D-stroke. Okay, this side here, there's no hole. Okay, so it's blank. So this one you can put it either way, because it doesn't really matter, because the D-stroke piston has no hole here. This stroke piston, see that hole there, that drilling, that's connect to your high pressure. That pressure there will supply through this, okay, and through that two holes there. And then because that two holes is common to that hole on the side, this side here, see that? I will zoom it. See that inside hole? That drilling is common here. 1 and 2. That is for your hydrodynamic lift. Alright? So that the shell here and the cam will not touch each other. There's an oil film between, but it's pressurized. Okay? Once you put this wrong, okay, once you block this hole here, what happen is this will break because there's no oil film. What happen? It will touch, rub each other, stroking and destroking. Okay, very important, guys. Very important not to very important not to put this other way. Okay, all right. So you're gonna put it like that. So you're gonna mark first here. You use a marking pen, you mark, and then you install this. Okay, so the reason I pull out this because I check the float. Sometimes the float is too much, then I need to replace. Okay, all right. Now by looking the cradle in this position, make sure the pressure side, this long slot is in the bottom base. So when you look, where is the hole? So this way, so that those holes there. So if you look, that is on the left side, so the pump rotation is clockwise. So to confirm that is go to your lens. See that lens? It's clockwise. You always look that groove at the pressure side. When you see that groove at the pressure side, that is clockwise, counterclockwise rotation. All right. So in here, counterclockwise. Okay. So counterclockwise. So if that holes is here, but the pressure side still the same, means clockwise. That's another thing also to look. If you're checking the cam, what rotation. All right. So now this also the series 32 has retainers. This retainers is that will, you know, like that, sit here. Okay, to prevent not to prevent, but to limit the lift on the pistons. Because this is a high pressure and a high speed pump, so the piston during the cut off, okay, once the pressure drop, it will automatically stroke, and then to limit that lift, you have retainers. So otherwise, it will create a hammering, and then it will pull out your shoe from your piston if there's no retainers. So that's the latest, which is the series 32 model. I show you what I mean about that lift. So remember that when we measure the retainers shoe float clearance, because of the lift and the thermal expansion of the material. So here, I show you this one here. So hopefully this is time here, and then this is flow. Then we see here pressure, delta P. Okay, now let's say this is 0 and then 100%. Okay, let's do that. Now the thing is like that. Okay, from there, and then shoot. and then alright, so from there and then there, we're talking about milliseconds. Okay, so let's say that you have your high pressure max flow, and then during cut off, so during cut off, go bang, neutral. All right, so steady zero. So steady zero. Once the pressure is below the cutoff, okay, that will straight to max. All right, that's depend on how much cutoff pressure you're setting. Okay, so that is milliamps. So from that point to that point, that is so quick. Let's say this one here, A10VO. For that control, let's say this is 100 milliamps or milliseconds because it's a time. So 100 milliseconds from minimum to max during cutoff, and then plus the pressure. So what happened here, what happened to that point, remember, from cutoff, and then let's say the cutoff is 280, and then below 280, of course, that's below the cutoff setting of the spring. This is the spring cutoff. Below 280 means the pump will go max. So what happened here, from minimum, all right, pressure is acting to the pressure piston chamber, and then once below the cutoff setting, straight 100 milliseconds. So what's the effect of that? Okay, what's the effect is the piston is like that, and then what happened? So what happened? This one will go down to the chamber barrel like that. Okay, so this is exaggerated, but that will happen. And then during cutoff, go minimum, max, min, max, min, max. Alright, so without retainer, what happened? Piston will be hammered, and then also the shoe here and the piston will separate quickly. So that's why very important to check the shoe float. So that's the purpose of the retainers. Alright, hope you understand. So easy, so quick. A10V pumps, very easy. So this housing, guys, very special because it has a pulsation damping. So these ports here, 1, 2, and then the other side, so 4 holes. Those are damping pulsation. So what happened is this hole here, that is on the pressure side. So that drilling, that is common to your hole here, 1, 2, and the other side 3, 4. Okay, so that is on your here pressure side. So it minimizes the pulsation. You know, the pulsation of the pump when you use a sensor or a sensor flow meter and gauges. You can see the pulsation. It will reduce, so meaning it will stabilize the pump and more efficient. So that's the goodness. That's the good thing for with a damping hole type of the port block. Okay, so this is series 32 A10VO. This is AL, which is the Imperial case. So we're using UNO or SAE. So I think that's it.